There was a quote that I heard, and it completely changed the way that I think about my life moving forward. I'll share the quote with you now. The quote is, "You can't be behind in your own life." And it got me thinking, well, in a way, you can't be behind. I've talked about many videos and I've talked about topics about being behind and feeling like you're at rock bottom. And reading this quote, it made me realise, well, are we actually behind? Rock bottom is more understandable, but are we really behind? What is the definition of being behind? And the more I think about it, well, we can be behind in a race. So are we treating this as a race against other people, which for my experiences and from the way that I used to think, I would certainly say that I used to treat life and treat the goals and the dreams that I'm going after as a race. Who can get there first? Or who can get there in a quick time? Who can get past that finish line? And reading that quote really changed my perspective on feeling behind. I've thought about this quite a lot on, well, what if we are exactly where we're meant to be? What if the way the world works, that everyone has their own timing? It's within everyone's timing that we understand things, that we get to a point where we're able to build up on those skills and achieve those smaller goals to help us get to the bigger goals. And it got me thinking, well, who makes up these rules? Who says that we are behind? And again, that's only us. It's crazy what we can do to our own selves. How far behind we can make ourselves. Because we can make ourselves really far behind just by thinking about the things that we don't have. And I've been like that in the past and even recently actually. And there's one thing that I keep reminding myself to do, which is to focus on the things that I do have. Focus on the things that I have been able to achieve. And think to myself, well, if I've been able to do this in the past 5 years, and I know it's about this whole comparison thing, but if I have been able to be a better person within this past 5 years, then who knows who I will be in the next 5 years moving forward, which would be a whole decade altogether. So I think at the same time, the only times we should look back is when we've seen how far we've came. There was actually a quote that I've seen as well that was, I think it was just something like that. And I've been saying that even in my videos, even before seeing that quote. And I just think it's so true. A bit like a story, a bit like a movie, there's always adversity. There's always a point where the character has two choices. Whether they keep going or they stay where they're at and dwell in a place that may not be good, that might not be serving them. And that's another thing that I remind myself as well. I've got two choices. Either I can just keep going, keep moving, and just see what happens. Because if you think about it, if you just keep going, then who knows what will happen. And maybe you done the same thing 5 years ago when you decided, well, I'm just going to keep going with this goal, or I'm just going to try and find happiness. Maybe 5 years ago, you weren't happy. For me, 5 years ago, I wasn't happy. I was in a state where I was just so sad and unhappy. But I kept going. Each day moving forward back then wasn't really great, I'll be honest. But I feel like that's what makes us stronger. That is what makes us stronger, is going through those days where we feel like we're not able to move forward. That is what makes us stronger. And at the end of it, that's what gets us to the places where we want to go. And we will be able to look back and go, wow, look how far I've came. For those out there that may be struggling, just know that there is light. There's always light. There's always light. There's an analogy that I came up with, even though I think it's an analogy that other people have spoke about as well. But even though it might be cloudy, even though it might be raining, even though it might be a gloomy day, it doesn't mean that the sun isn't shining. The sun is still there. Even though you can't see it, doesn't mean that it's not there. So thank you so much for watching. Remember, this quote is just amazing. I keep staring at it, but you can't you can't be behind in your own life. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for understanding. I hope that you could understand this message. As I say in all my videos, take what resonates, take what doesn't. Those things that you might not understand, that's totally fine. The things that you might not want to listen about, whatever I've said in this video, let it go in one ear and come out the other. Just take the things that work for you, as I say in all my videos. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you could please like this video, subscribe down below, and if you know anyone that may benefit from watching this, then I would very much appreciate it if you could please share this video to them. Thank you so much, and I will see everyone in the next one.